Hey wonderful nerdy people, I'm Emily and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to discuss my Disney World, Disney bucket list. My husband and I have gone to Disney World twice now, once for our honeymoon and once back in November, and we've gone to Disneyland twice as well. And like any self-respecting Disney family, we have a Disney bucket list. So it'll be interesting. Hang in tight. This is a long list. There are currently 64 things on our bucket list, and let's get into it. Number one is to do a drink around the world. And I'm not just talking like walk around and casually get drinks. No, I mean have a checklist with specific drinks I want to get in each country and check them off as I go so I know that I have properly done a drink around the world. Number two, and this is going to happen in our next trip, we want to dine at Victoria and Albert's. Now it is very expensive, and if you want any tips on how to make it a little more affordable, my last video not my last video, 2 videos ago, has how my husband and I are saving for that. Number three, we would like to go to the Villains After Hours event. I love the Villains, duh. And there's not many events that you're able to actually meet them, and I think that would be really awesome. Number four, this one will be getting half checked off on our next trip, but number four, we would like to stay at the Polynesian. We also want to be DVC members with the Polynesian Resort as our home resort. Number five, also getting checked off on our next trip. We are going to be going to the Spirit of Aloha and doing that as our first dining experience for my 30th birthday trip. Number six, we want to go to Aulani, which is Disney's Hawaiian resort. I'm not talking the Polynesian, I'm talking about their actual resort in Hawaii. I think it would be really cool, and I mean, where else can you see Mickey and have a beautiful tropical vacation? Number seven, we want to do Adventures by Disney at some point. And now Adventures by Disney is through the DVC membership, and we would really like to go and do specifically their German adventure, which I think brings you to the castles that the Disneyland castle is based off of, and I'm really excited about that. Number eight, I want to get tradable pins for our next trip. I want to get into pin trading. I do have a pin collection, but none of them are really marked as things that I am willing to trade. So I need to get some traders before our next trip. Number nine, I want to stay at the cabins or the tree houses. I think it would be really cool, a really unique experience. I know my husband's not too into the idea of the cabins, but he has said that it might be a good idea down the road to do that. Number 10 is sort of a nod to my grandparents. I want to be able to do a Grand Floridian trip where I am lucky enough to be able to bring some of my family with me. Now this might be my parents or my husband's family, but we do want to be able to do a larger family trip to the Grand Floridian at some point, since that's something that my grandparents were able to do for their 9 grandchildren, their 3 kids, and I think it'd be really fun to keep that tradition alive. Number 11 is kind of ambitious, but I want to eventually check off all of the Disney character dining. We have done quite a few of them so far. I'm going to count Be Our Guest as one of them that we've done since we met the Beast. So we've done Be Our Guest, we've done Crystal Palace, Akerhus, I hope I pronounced that correctly. I probably butchered it, I'm so sorry. We do Garden Grill every time. We did Tusker House last time. Oh, and we did Chef Mickey's, which we will not be doing again, but it's a buffet. There's characters. It's cute. But yeah, I want to be able to check all of those off, and I think our next trip we're going to check off at least one more with Ohana. Number 12, this one is way off in the distance in a galaxy far, far away, but we want to stay at the Star Wars resort that they're building. It was supposed to open, I think, this last fall, but then it got pushed back again. I don't know. But anyway, eventually we want to stay there, and I know that this is going to be a super expensive endeavor, but it's something that will definitely be worth it eventually. Number 13. At some point, I really would like to stay at the Yacht and Beach Club. I think it's a great resort. I love the fact that you can walk to Epcot and go right in by France. I think that's great. Or you could walk over to Hollywood Studios, and now there's the Skyliner. So it's honestly a really great spot when it comes to the parks. Number 14, my husband and I would love to be able to do lunch at some point at Sanaa. Now, Sanaa is in the Animal Kingdom Lodge, and the reason I'm saying lunch and not any other meal is because lunch there, you can actually see the animals that are at the Animal Kingdom Lodge while you're dining. I think that's so cool and so unique. Number 15 is another dining related one. We want to be able to see the fireworks from the California Grill over at the Contemporary Resort. Now, this one can be done a few different ways. We could do it while we're dining, or we can dine there and then go back for the fireworks because they let you do that. Don't know which one we'll end up doing, but it's a distant sort of bucket list item. Number 16, also a distant bucket list item, but I would love at some point to be able to have lunch with an Imagineer. The Brown Derby offers this, and I think it would just be so cool to be able to sit there and discuss Disney with someone who works so closely with it. Number 17, my husband and I would like to do dinner at Artist Point. They have the Snow White dining experience where you actually get to meet the evil queen, and I think they have, I know they have Dopey and they have Grumpy, but I'm not sure if they have another dwarf, and they have Snow White, so I think that would be so cool, especially since, let's face it, evil queen is queen goals. Number 18, I would love to be able to do Character Couture. It is the adult version of Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, since as an adult you are not allowed to go dressed as a character to the parks, but you can Disney bound, and this is the perfect way to add to your bound. Number 19 is another item that we're going to check off hopefully on our next trip, and hopefully for my birthday. But my birthday for our next trip will be my 30th, and we're going to be, hopefully, fingers crossed, doing Victoria and Albert's for dinner that night. And before that, maybe go to Senses Spa and just have a nice spa day, go relax by the pool, maybe go into Magic Kingdom, and then go to Victoria and Albert's for dinner. And I think this will be a beautiful, glamorous sort of treat yourself birthday. Number 20 is something that my husband has added to this list. He wants to collect all of the mugs from Trader Sam's. I'm not talking their specialty mugs like their Hatbox Ghost one, which I got on our last trip. I'm talking their standard mugs, the ones that they have all the time. So we currently have two. We have the Nautilus and the Zombie, and I know that he wants to add to that on our next trip. Number 21 is another thing that won't happen until we have kids, but I would love to go to Cinderella's Royal Table and do lunch or dinner there, but we're going to wait until we have kids so we can see that magic through their eyes, and I think that's a really good way to do that. Number 22, we want to go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. This is something we're planning for our next trip. I know this next trip is super expensive, I'm aware, but this is something that we are already saving for. And I am hoping to go as Megara, but I don't know. That might change between now and then. Number 23, another thing we're going to wait to do until we have kids, but we want to go to the Main Street Barbers, and I would like our kids to have their first haircuts at Main Street Barbers. I think that would just be really awesome, so fingers crossed that happens. Number 24 is something we're going to slowly be acquiring, but starting our next trip, we want to start buying art from Disney World. the artists that they have that do collections for them. They truly make things that are so unique and so absolutely beautiful. So we'd really like to patron them and add some beautiful Disney art to our walls. So number 25 and number 26 go hand in hand. Number 25, we want to get the Robin Hood card for Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. I've seen it, I want it, and as Mrs. Hood, I should have it, but my husband has never traded for it. He could have on our honeymoon. I saw it on our honeymoon. It didn't happen. So next time we see it, we're getting it. And number 26, we would like to win Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. Now I know you cannot win it. Rob Plays did a video on it. I will link it below. You cannot win Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom, but you can do all of their levels. So the first level is the one that you start on. Level 1, it's pretty easy. You beat the bad guys, not a big deal. Level 2, it gets a little harder. Timing's a bit trickier. And number 3, we haven't gotten to. We haven't gotten to the 3rd level. So that's the goal for the next trip. Number 27, we want to get personalized, well, not really personalized, but more personal than just plain old colors, personalized magic bands. On our last trip, I saw a really beautiful Pocahontas one and a really great villains one. So the plan is to get our own for our next trip. That's more than just the standard, you know, green or yellow or red. And my husband wants to get the matte black one that we saw. So that's on our list. Number 28 is sort of like an inside joke that we hope to stop making a joke of, but it's totally going to stay a joke. We want to ride the Liberty Bell instead of just doing our glow joke as we pass it. So my husband and I are huge fans of the Netflix show Glow, and they have a character who wrestles under the name of Liberty Bell. And there's this one line, I think from the first season, where one of the characters, the one who does the announcing, says, "And what's a mother without a child? Just a person." And my husband and I make that joke literally every time we pass the Liberty Bell. So now we need to make the joke while on the Liberty Bell. Really, it's just on this list so that we complete a joke. Number 29, this is going to be done hopefully on our next trip, but I want to do every single Magic Kingdom meet and greet that you can do. I'm not saying do them all in one day. In fact, I am not going to even try to do them all in one day, but I am going to try to do them all in one trip. Number 30, I want to watch the Move It, Shake It, Dance It, Sing It, whatever the name of that parade is, while Disney bounding as Candace from Phineas and Ferb. I want there to be a small video of me standing with their float in the background and just going, "Mom, Phineas and Ferb are in a parade." That's all I want. So it's on this list. Number 31, we should have done it on our last trip, but we didn't. We want to get boozy beignets over at the Port Orleans resorts, and we should have because we stayed over at Port Orleans, but we didn't. So that needs to get checked off this list. Number 32, this one is just something that we've been talking about doing since our honeymoon. Haven't done it. Hopefully we'll be doing it on our next trip. We want to go and do The Void over in Disney Springs. I think it would be such a great date night. It'd be perfect. Number 33. We had dinner at the Edison, but I want to see the burlesque show at the Edison. I think it's such a cool, unique experience that you get to do in Disney. It's not quite burlesque like you'll see in like New York City or anything, but it is Disney burlesque, which is interesting because it's a little less flashy, I guess. I don't know. It's cool, and that's something that we want to do. Number 34, also in Disney Springs, we want to go and have a drink and maybe a snack at Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar, which is the Indiana Jones themed restaurant over in Disney Springs. If you haven't done it, it's on our list. Number 35, I have no idea why we didn't do this last time, but we need to go and see Yeehaw Bob's show. We stayed over at Port Orleans last time. I meant to do it on our first night. We didn't because we were exhausted. But it's something that we need to check off of our list soon. Number 36, I want to go and see Hoop-Dee-Doo Review. I think it is such a cool, sort of unique show. And it's just something that I really, really want to see. Number 37, we had originally planned to be able to check this off on our next trip, but then I found out that they don't accept a dining plan. We want to go to Takumi Te and have dinner there at some point. Now, it is a traditional Japanese restaurant where they're going to do the whole tea ceremony and everything, and because of that, they're not on the dining plan, so we would have to pay out of pocket, but that would be like paying for Victoria and Albert's in addition to already paying for Victoria and Albert's. So as a result, we're not doing that on our next trip, but it is on our list of places we absolutely must eat at. Number 38 was put on our list after our last trip, and it probably should have been checked off already, but it wasn't. We want to be able to watch the fireworks in Epcot from the Morocco Pavilion, specifically while having dinner at Spice Road's table. The drinks on their list look pretty good, and the cuisine's pretty unique, so I think that would be at least an interesting experience. I'm hesitant, my husband's excited, we will see. Number 39, I want to get an outfit from the Morocco Pavilion. Their clothing is beautiful. The material is so breathable and unique, and it would be like wearing a work of art. So I really would like to get a full outfit from the Morocco Pavilion. Number 40, we are huge fans of the British and would like to dine at the Rose and Crown over in Epcot at some point. Even if I just have a beer at the pub, it would be fine. Number 41, my husband wants to have tequila at La Cava del Tequila over in the Mexico Pavilion. I'm a huge fan of tequila when it's mixed into a drink, but not by itself, so this is just for him. But I think it would be really cool, and I know that they have some pretty good queso dip, so I'll probably have to get some cheese. Speaking of cheese, number 42 on my list is to cheese around the world, specifically during the Food and Wine Festival. So the idea of doing the cheese around the world is that in every single country that we go to during the Food and Wine Festival, I will get a cheese-related plate of food. I love cheese. I think this is a great idea. I will probably be sick to my stomach afterwards, but I will be a very, very happy person. Number 43. I would like to do the Elsa and Anna meet and greet. I haven't done that yet, and we absolutely need to. It's just something that we have yet to make a reality. Number 44. We want to be able to watch all of the movies that are in Epcot. We've only seen O Canada, but the old version. Yeah, we've only seen O Canada. So we need to see the new O Canada, the Reflections of France, the one in China. I think that's it. But yeah, we need to see all of those. We haven't. Number 45. I want to have a cannoli in the Italy Pavilion. I don't know why it hasn't happened yet, but it hasn't. I love cannolis. It needs to happen. Number 46. My husband and I both really want to go to the Festival of the Arts at some point. I was brought up in theater. I was a pre-K art teacher for a time, and it's just something that we both really want to do. I know last year and this year, my favorite Broadway actress has done a performance there. I love Heidi Blickenstaff. She is amazing. She has been Ursula in The Little Mermaid on Broadway. I know her from when she was Bee in Something Rotten, and I'm trying to think, what else has she been? Oh, she was in the Disney Channel original movie Freaky Friday the Musical, where she played the mom. She's amazing. I love her. I want to see her in this. It just needs to happen. Number 47. I really want to get a Christmas tree ornament in the Germany pavilion. My family is German, and I don't have a spider to put on my Christmas tree yet, and we also don't have a pickle on our Christmas tree. So the plan is to get an ornament from the Germany pavilion on our next trip, whether that be a spider or a pickle. I don't know yet. They also had a really gorgeous Snow White collection. That was super expensive. Who knows? Might happen. Number 48. I want to see The Voices of Liberty. I haven't yet. I think it would be great. My husband's not that intrigued, but I'm going to wait for a hot day where he wants air conditioning, and we're going to go and see it. Number 49. I meant to check this off on our last trip, and I didn't. And I feel quite remiss for not doing this, but I want to try escargot. I want to try it. I think Disney is the perfect environment to try it in, and maybe next time when we're there for the Food and Wine Festival again, I'll get that chance. Number 50, I want to do the Alice meet and greet. Like, she's adorable, and I think you get to meet the Mad Hatter with her. Why wouldn't I? It's adorable. I love it. Let's do it. Number 51, we would like to go to Le Cellier in the Canada Pavilion in Epcot. We both love steak. I like poutine. It's gotta happen. Number 52, I want to dine at Coral Reef, also in Epcot. I like the idea of being able to dine and see the divers in the aquarium and all of the different fish. I think it's so cool. And also, apparently they have really good seafood. And I love seafood. I don't know why I haven't done this yet. Number 53. I was watching a DFB video and I found out that it's either the swan or the dolphin, but one of them has karaoke that you can do. And I am a karaoke fiend. Love doing karaoke. I love getting some drinks in me and making a complete fool of myself. It is great. This needs to happen, and it hasn't yet. Number 54, staying in the Epcot area, I really want to get a kitchen sink in Beaches and Cream. We haven't done it yet. They were actually closed for refurbishment when we went down last time. But I love ice cream. I love the kitchen sink challenge. I think it is so cool. My husband won't do it with me, so I've got to find someone to do it with me. But the kitchen sink, it's gonna happen. Number 55, we really want to go to Ova's Cantina. I tried desperately to get a reservation our last trip, but I found out a little too late that reservations had opened and I wasn't able to snag one. So hopefully our next trip I can. Number 56, I haven't seen Fantasmic yet, and I need to. My husband doesn't have too much of an interest in this, but he told me we would do it. He said it's okay, we'll go and see it. He's not a big fireworks nighttime show fan, but he did tell me that he would do these for me, so hopefully. Number 57, we want to do one of those backstage tours in Animal Kingdom. I don't remember the names of them right now, but I know you get to go, like, actually walk on the safari with one of them, and I think that would be so cool to do. We do have a friend who's done the rhino one, and she's a huge fan of rhinos. She loves them dearly, and she said it's one of the best experiences she's ever had in Disney. Number 58, we should have done earlier. We had a friend who was actually, I believe, in Festival of the Lion King, and we didn't see Festival of the Lion King, but it is on the bucket list. I want to be able to see this show. I've heard it's beautiful and it's a great experience, so it is on our list. Number 59, I would love to dine at Tiffin's. I've heard great things about it. The menu looks amazing, and it is something that, as adventurous eaters, my husband and I both really want to do. Number 60. We almost did this on our last trip for Dapper Day, but we ended up being a little too busy. But I really want to get silhouettes cut out while in Disney World at some point. I think it's just such a cool, vintage looking sort of piece of art that I can bring home and then display for years to come, and eventually be able to add to that collection with our kids. Number 61, another thing I have no idea why I haven't done yet, but I really want to take one of those animation classes. One of the ones where you watch an animator draw one of the Disney characters and you draw with them. I don't know why I haven't done it. It needs to happen. Alright, almost done. Number 62. I really want to do the Behind the Seeds tour at Living with the Land. My family owns a garden center. I work at a garden center. I really love plants, and I don't know why I haven't done this tour. It's pretty reasonably priced. I think it's like $25 for adults. And I, again, have no idea why I haven't done this yet. Living with the Land is one of my favorite attractions. I force people to go on it with me. I love it that much. But yeah, haven't done it. Really need to. Number 63, I really want to go to the dueling piano bar. I think that would be great. It would be so cool to, you know, request random songs and watch these amazing piano players just duel it out. It would be so cool. And finally, number 64. This one is a serious, like, reach bucket list item. And I have serious doubts it will ever happen, but my husband would love to, at least for a year, be a member of Club 33. Who knows? It might happen. And if we can't be a member of Club 33, maybe someone we know will be and bring us as a guest. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my insane bucket list for Disney. If you have anything that you think that I should add to my list, please comment below, like and subscribe for more Disney nerdy content, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!